Hi, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I am messing with my microphones constantly. So I want to talk about the questions today, but I want to answer a few that are very common first and let you guys know a few things that I think are really important right now. So I want to talk to you guys about how things come up. So if you're feeling stress in your body, there's a lot of stress going on in the body right now, and a lot of like wild feelings, which you can see is being demonstrated in Europe and kind of all over the place with people. So do be okay with being by yourself right now or being in like a minimal amount of people. But what's going on is we're working through control. So it's a trauma response to feel like you always need to be in control of the situation. And it's important to let go of that and to let your soul be the guide and let your soul just take you in the right direction. And usually this is done by following the signs. So you want to follow the signs and go in the correct direction for yourself. That doesn't mean that somebody else's needs are being met. They need to meet their own needs. So unless they're a child or someone who is having like a physical difficulty, take care of yourself first. Okay? Because otherwise you have nothing left to give. So it's important that we let go of feeling like we have to be in control all the time. Because our higher being, our soul, is trying to guide us in the direction that is in our highest good. So look for signs, look for feathers, look for maybe ask for a sign. Ask, is this the way I'm supposed to go? Is it going to be in my highest good? If so, show me, I don't know, a bird. I want to see big bird. I want to see a penguin. I want to see these different things. And they may show up to you in the form of a sticker on the back of a car. Like, however they show up, that's your sign that the answer is yes. So keep that in mind, okay? We're kind of going through a time where we're going to learn how to follow the signs, to follow the universe, and basically follow our higher being, our soul's guidance as we go through this process of ascension. And letting go of feeling like we always have to be in control for our own safety is okay at this point. We don't need to be, because the negative has been squashed. We're just seeing the aftermath of that. And we want to live that way. We want to live in the knowing that we're okay. So think about that a little bit, see how it feels to you, and ask yourself when you get agitated, am I going to go into control mode, or am I going to calm myself down, calm my nervous system down, and trust my soul to guide me through it? Because we're in a big shift right now, huge shift. Another thing is healing yourself is the most important thing that you can do for yourself and humanity. Because when you heal, then the 100th monkey theory kicks in and the people around you start to heal as well. So they start to follow your lead and they start to move up in frequency, which is what is going to pull all the layers of the veil down, and we'll be able to see and know more and more as we go. So keep that in mind. That's why you don't see your loved ones that have passed yet, is because we haven't allowed the healings to take hold and the veils to drop. Think of it as thousands of gauzy curtains, and you're letting them fall one at a time, but they can fall in massive clumps as well if you allow it. So those are the things I really wanted to say before we get started here. I want to talk about the sun. We're in a massive change right now, you guys. So the sun is helping. And what is it doing? The sun is a mechanism that is delivering all of those solar events. So you could call them a flash, you could call them a, Schumann resonance event, you could call them an X flare, you could call them whatever you want to. They come from source and the souls. So they're basically pushing frequency through that sun, and that's why it is so bright. And I don't think that our suns will be that bright in the future. I think we will have many versus the one, because we have two right now. We have the old one that we see once in a while, which was constructed, I believe, by the Arcturians. And the Arcturians, they played both sides, so they're on the side of good now, but they were polarized as well, as many other ETs have had some polarization in the past, just like humanity. So keep that in mind. But that old sun has now been replaced by the new sun, which I think was Pleiadian and created by the Pleiadians. And it does look like the sun simulator. It is in a honeycomb form. So what is it doing? It's giving us the frequencies that we need to keep upgrading. And it's made of plasma and energy and probably some technology that I don't understand. So, and I don't care because it's not going to be there forever. And we're just going to keep moving up. And we had a massive shift over last night. So I'm recording this on the 6th. I may not put it out until the next day. We shall see. I'm going to go through some of the other questions now. So I'm going to. Okay, so this is a really inspiring letter, so I'm going to read it to you guys. It is from Bertha. And basically what she's talking about is someone who's talking about purple beings. So I'm going to read the whole thing to you. So have you heard of or know anything about the purple beings? There's a lot of different purple beings. So let's see what they have to say. A year or more ago, I watched a video in Spanish where they had this Spanish gentleman as a guest. So there are some things below that we already know, but I have never heard anybody talking about these purple beings. He said that our kingdom is inside a dome, surrounded by water, and that outside there are other kingdoms that are also inside other domes. It's like the Russian dolls that come one inside the other. So those are called nesting dolls. All the domes are surrounded by water. He said that the other kingdoms under the domes are Atlantis, the Pleiades, etc. I think he also mentioned Lyra and other worlds that we do not know. In order to get to them, if we want to do it now, it is through the astral plane. When we fall asleep, we separate from the physical body and fly up a bit and move to the left or right, depending on where we want to go. Someone asked him what is in the ocean that surrounds the domes. He mentions that there are aquatic beings of other species that we do not know yet. What do you say about the water in the ocean? So to me, that is the firmament, that is space. Is it infinite and never ends? It is growing constantly. So our universe, our multiverse is expanding along with our expansion. Or at some point it ends and is there solid ground? No. So I get a no on that. He just mentioned that when you swim across the water, you will find solid land and you will meet these giant beings. as big or more than the mountains. Their skin is purple. That is why they are called the purple beings. He said that they created us all from their saliva. He mentioned that the saliva of these beings is so advanced and full of love that they can create any spiritual being, plant, or animal. He also mentioned that when you have passed all the evolutions at the spiritual level, there will become a time where you have to go through the water to reach them, and that they will give you an avatar body like theirs, and you will be able to create through love or other beings to help them evolve. He also mentioned that the stars do not exist because the stars are us. It is our astral body reflected above. Okay, so we live in a sea of plasma, and there are different learning games going on all over the place. There are architect beings that create the learning games. There are elemental beings. There are angelic beings. All the beings can be seen as stars. So without their body, they look like a star. And they still have arms and legs most of the time. Sometimes they look also kind of like a diamond shape, but they can change what they look like because they're consciousness. So what are we? We are consciousness. Humanity is like, so let's say that this lip balm is humanity, okay? And this pin is your soul. So you have a human part of you and you have a soul part of you that is a higher, older being, mostly older. So humanity basically got lost. They dropped in frequency, which they agreed to do, and they got lost. And now what's happening is this soul is holding hands with this human consciousness and rising it up and teaching as it goes. So we are learning, we're growing, and we're doing it together. So you have two consciousnesses inside the body. The human consciousness is more attached to the physical body, which is, it's very important to heal your inner child, your human consciousness. But everything is in this beautiful water or plasma. And that's what I got a long time ago was space. So space is plasma. There are kind of, what is it called? So there's little pathways in space and fascia. So it looks like fascia in the body and it looks like fascia in space. So it's ways like portals and black holes and long tunnels that go through space that help us travel. You can just travel in the water if you have no body. Much easier. But the ETs use these like long tubes to travel around inside of space. As far as the purple beings go, I think to that person, they appear to be purple and they are the architect beings. So if you think about what does saliva mean? Speaking. It's the beautiful speaking into existence that creates. So humans have all these aspects that come from all the other soul groups, and they're really, truly beautiful. And as they expand, as they grow, everything will change. So just start thinking about it that way. Like, why are we really here? What is everything really doing here? What are we doing together? We have the elementals, we have, you know, the ETs, we have all these beautiful beings coming together to basically elevate the human consciousness and to bring it out of that lower density. That's the whole purpose of why we're here. Okay, so let's go to the next. Okay, so I want to address wackos coming out of the woodwork. Okay. There is so many things that are happening because all the parallels are squashed together right now. They're together because we all need to see the events that are happening, and it will affect people in different ways. But I have many impersonators at this point. I do not sell crypto ever. Okay. And I do not reach out to people ever. So askhoneycgolden is not me. And be aware of that. I can't even say how many crazy messages I've been getting from people trying to scam other people. And also, I've been getting so many text messages that come from insurance companies trying to get me to buy their products. All kinds of crazy stuff is going on right now. So be aware of that. Be aware. And I don't think that any truther or any person who is here trying to help go through Ascension is reaching out to you to try and sell you something. If we have something that we want to share, we will put it in our videos. We will put it in a newsletter. We will not ever go direct to a person. So that's always a scam. Okay. Unless you have previous contact, then, please be very careful, especially right now, because there's so many portals that are open and so much contact with the lower parallels. Just be aware of that. And it's kind of sporadic. All of a sudden it'll pop up and there's all these messages that happen and then it just goes away. So I want all of you guys to be safe and to be careful with your, personal property. Okay. So let's go to the next question. Okay. So this question is about Pokey things. Okay. And it has to do with New Zealand. And also, is Mr. T going to take that away? All of that is being exposed. And I don't feel like anything will poke you in the future. That will not be the way that we receive medicine. So be really aware of that. There will be nothing that is introduced to the blood in that way. And as far as like negative rulers, sorry, I'm trying to be YouTube friendly at the moment. If there's negative rulers going on, they are fake at this point. They are there to wake up the people that are not paying attention. And we're almost at critical mass as far as the wake up goes. Most people are somewhat awakened if they are a human being that is going to be playing in this game and going through Ascension. So they will have at least a little bit awakened inside of them at this point. If they don't, then they're probably not going to. But we will see over the next probably month or so if we have another group that awakens, but I don't feel like it's going to be massive. So, and then as things roll forward, the parallels will begin to separate again. So the multiverse will become easier to be in. It's not very easy to be in right now. But it's exciting and things are changing and things are happening. And even if we wake up like we're totally wrecked in the morning from all the activity in the astral plane, we're really doing well, you guys. Like we are really getting through it right now and it's beautiful. So totally enjoy it. Just spend your time enjoying all the changes that are happening. And if your body is getting too many of these energetic waves, make sure you spiral that energy out. You go ground yourself, or you take like a nice foot bath, something to pull the excess out of your body and just keep moving forward. Okay, so this is probably going to be the last question for this one. This is from Zan Deal, and what a great name. One thing, probably pronouncing it wrong, but I want to show you what she's asking about, or he's asking about. So the question is this a spaceship? So this flare right here. That is a lens flare. I used to work in the cell phone industry, so that was my corporate background. This is a lens flare. However, there is a spaceship in this group of pictures. This is a spaceship right here. So you did get one. It wasn't the one that you thought, but you also got a giant tree and this flat top mountain here. And this is most likely a very ancient pyramid. So you got some cool stuff. What I got about this spaceship was it's one of yours. So it is from your soul group. It feels kind of like a offshoot of the Andromedans, but it's not them exactly. So they're similar and they're very heart-based, and they wanted you to see them. So hang on to this picture, and they wanted you to see the other stuff, I think, as well. So this is a very interesting rock formation. And just enjoy it, you guys, as this stuff comes up. And talk to yourself about, okay, what is it? And try and get into maybe the theta state. I saw a really cool thing this morning, which was if you put amethyst, so you charge the amethyst in the sun, which, you know, we're still getting really good light from the sun, so don't be afraid of the sun right now. If you charge that, the amethyst, and then you put it in water, then you're going to get into the alpha, like brainwave. It's going to give you alpha brainwaves, which I think is right before theta. So if you guys have questions and you're really like wanting to tap in, that is a way to help you. Theta is best, but take some time in the afternoon and go ahead and drink some water that's charged with amethyst and see what happens. See if you can get more information. Close your eyes, see what you can see in your third eye. Turmeric helps the third eye, and you'll want to add a little black pepper to that. But think about those things. What can I do to explore on my own and find some amazing things? Because there's a lot of amazing stuff in this picture. So anyway, I hope you guys absolutely enjoy your day. Enjoy the time we're in, because we are in the process of changing everything. So have fun with it. Have fun with yourself. Let go of control. Let go of feeling you need to be in control, because you are fine. You are a beautiful consciousness floating around in space and basically getting everything that you need as long as you allow it in. Okay. All right. Sending you guys lots of love. Bye.